Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Maryland or Manassas campaign for you. Our first round is going to be the Nicodemus Hill, followed up by the Dunker Church. Before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So our regiments for today, on the CSA side, you have the 10th United States, Sussex Brigade, Iron Brigade, 5th New Hampshire, Pennsylvania Army, and the 12th Virginia, whereas on the Union side, you have Jackson's Division, 10th United States, Corn Brigade, Missouri State Guard, Mississippi Brigade, 5th Virginia, and the Colquitt's Brigade. I just realized those sides are flipped, so they're inverse of what they are. Anyways, our server pop right now is 208. Inbalance is 2 towards the Union side. Artillery-wise, CSA has 11. Union has 13. So that imbalance right there is basically perfect infantry-wise. So Ethernet did a little oopsie before this, and we've missed, unfortunately, a lot of action, but Union's actually holding this stone wall. CSA's trying to retake. It's quite a crazy thing to see, and also happy Easter. This video will be out when Easter's out, so happy Easter, everyone. I hope it's going well for you. So, with that all being said, CSA looks to try to retake this corner from Union. CSA can't let Union sit up here, or else they'll win the whole game, basically, which is something CSA can't really afford, per se, you know. CSA don't want to lose this game. So CSA throws the Union off. Union protects their flags, which is the important thing in the end. So other than that, frontline reporters today on our Union side, you got Crossguide from the Pennsylvania Army, and on the CSA side, you got Tactical Potato. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while seeing what's going on in the sky. Nicodemus Hill, it's a 55% attacker ticket advantage, so that's a huge advantage in tickets. In terms of your weaponry, though, the Union has the 15th Massachusetts with the Lorenz, and they have the 1st Minnesota, which has the Springfield 55 and the Springfield 61. So it's a nice group of weapons there. And then on the other hand, if you look at the CSA defense of this map, you've got the 13th Virginia with the option of the Springfield 55, Enfield, and 42. So CSA defense, they've got buck and ball. And then outside of that, they got the 1st Virginia with the Sharps carbines. They've got the pistols, the Colt Army, and they also have the swords. So the CSA defense is relatively overpowered in the sense of all things. So with this all being said, Union strategy for tonight just seems to be bonsaiing that left side. They're like, we have a 55% ticket advantage, so we're going to use it, and we're just going to go in and deal some damage, right? They can afford a lot of losses, but in the end, as long as they deal enough ticket damage to the CSA side, that's really all that matters in the end. So that's what Union's been doing. Another strategy we've seen of late from the Union side is to push up this far right side, go across the open field here, kind of take this side of the map using that barn as kind of like a staging ground, and then Union will kind of shoot it out with the CSA up there, maybe run up to the point, which is located in the center of our screen, cap it to force the CSA down. But what we're seeing right now, this is what you would have seen years ago with a Union strategy. They would have just charged. So, and it worked, and it seems to be working right now. It looks like the Union artillery as well is getting some nice shots on the corner here as well. You could tell with the destruction of the stone wall and fence, but might have missed the first one, but we're not going to miss the second one. Here we go. Union going in again. A little advantageous for the Union. You can tell the smoke stream that's being created for the Union that's rushing in. Union trying to go around. CSA having a line there. Out of bounds right there, unfortunately. Union's really trickling in. I guess. Huh. This is what you get for watching 300-player matches going to 200. There's a little bit of a difference there, but, you know, it's perfectly fine. A little more strategies emphasized in these smaller pop servers. But look at that. Union got completely slaughtered. It wasn't even close. But look at the tickets. Union is up almost a half morale stage. It's getting to that point. So, relatively impressive what they're doing there.
No. Artie's still
Everybody then.
Yeah, that's why we gotta spread out to the south. Just stay spread. They can't do that much. Sorry.
God damn.
So now it's a half morale stage with artillery getting a shot or so in there. Union backup reform. The big thing is Union's bringing up those flags so they can keep the respawns moving in when they charge. However, they aren't losing the flags, and so it's really letting Union kind of reform up in a more advanced position, which they're actually retreating with those flags right now. But yeah, it looks like Union just wants to get formed up and going again. See, generally as an attacker, you want to hit the defender down to engage by the 30-minute mark, and then you want to hit them down to taking losses by the 20-minute mark. So right now, the attacking side here, Union, they're in a phenomenal place.
I'm going to make a fucking video, and it's all going to be about you.
Yeah, all about tackle, babe.
And I guess CSA artillery can hit up here as well. Holy crap! Nice little shot there. Got a couple Union guys that stayed up with that fourth flag, but most Union's still down here. As you can tell, you're like, how the heck did the CSA hit these guys? Well, you can shoot through the barns. Who would have thought? So, with this all being said, Union's kind of adjusting just so they can avoid unnecessary casualties. Because if one charge goes really bad for Union, they can be down the hole. And that's why you've seen Union kind of go away from this, especially with the update of seeing how, like, your percentage in each morale stage. Like, the red bar and the blue bar aren't full. It used to be where it was full, and you didn't know how far into a stage you were. And so, really, since that, you've seen teams kind of back off of being aggressive like this. But usually, it never really works like this. So, maybe it's just a mix of Union artillery, get some good shots. But, look at that. The thing is, too, right? They're killing CSA, and that's great. But another big part is they're breaking the stone wall. Which, if CSA don't have a stone wall, it's going to be a lot easier for Union to shoot and kill these guys. So, it's also by destroying this, and might force CSA to inch further and further this way to stay on a stone wall, which this is all destroyed as well. So, artillery's putting the work in. And I mean, I think I won't be surprised. I mean, let's look here quickly. I mean, what? It's 12th VA guys and 10th US. I was going to say, I was hoping 10th US went on already, because normally they're the ones that were cooking this up when they did the JD versus 10th US SSL matchup. They did really good as Union. The Union's kind of going for a more center approach this time. CSA almost a drop into taking losses. And Union actually getting to the wall here. CSA kind of a little slow to move down here. Now they are starting to. They hit taking losses. And these are... look at Union's pushing up top as well. They get a CSA flag. Nice little move out there. Draw the CSA in the center to the main charge and go around the side. And the thing is, too, another part, right, with the destroyed stone walls, you can just walk right over those things. You don't need to climb, which is a huge advantage for Union. And it actually looks like Union is going to take this ground, probably getting 2 CSA flags. That JD flag's going to die. There you go. So that's 2 CSA flags down there. I assume they're going to spawn in and gun it back over here. I mean, Union's not even up by that many men, too. So, This is not like Union having an overwhelming force. They're just doing strictly better than the CSA right now.
Counterattacking west! Enemy cav! Counterattacking west!
The Cavs are gonna come for us now.
Flash the hill. Flash the hill.
We need some guys facing this way. They have a
Regulars, come back on my voice.
So
Come
we'll
back
see what
on.
happens here for CSA. Based on what we saw earlier in the match, they're probably going to try to go in right away. One, because, again, you don't want to lose the top of the hill, but also since they have their flags down here, which they might have 3. Yeah, all 3 flags are down, so there's going to be a big charge. If Union can hold this, that's huge, because if they can keep 3 CSA flags down, that means they can't get those mobile respawns. They have to spawn at main, and that'd be a bad situation for the CSA. But CSA can push the Union off, you know, could give them some hope. And you actually have some First Delaware guys pushing up, trying to get a couple kills here, which they're shooting the Artie guy. I don't like that man, but a buck and ball shot kills 2 of them. I will say, again, every one of these guys that dies right now, they got to spawn back at main. So I won't be surprised if Union takes a more forward position here, even past the stone wall, which you got 12th VA doing that, 10th US, 5th NC is pushing up as well.
They're in the trees! They're in the trees! They're in the trees! They're coming from the trees!
And here comes CSA.
Brace it up, brace it up, brace it up.
I mean, they kind of came. They not a really huge momentum swing. They're trickling forward, though. Some CSA... See, I don't like this. Some CSA are sitting up there taking shots while the rest of them are charging in. You can't split this off. It's almost a whole morale stage difference. Union's going to hit taking losses. CSA almost down into breaking, and Union, smartly so, is doing a pre-cap here. Or an early cap, rather. Some First Delaware guys. I think it's a great move, because the moment CSA hits breaking, Union can cap and win. CSA forces Union into taking losses, but they're about to hit breaking again.
Kill that. Kill that man.
So, Union get thrown off again. A couple of Union flags down, 3 of them right now. But 1 or 2 more kills is going to get the CSA down to breaking. Now, these Union guys... Oh, what is this, Yeeter? What are you doing? The CSA just needs to back off. They need to avoid any and all casualties right now so Union doesn't cap. I mean, it's only 3 guys. That's all you need. But they're going to actually push down here to try to throw them off. It's a little risky. It will work in the end. The risk is, right, one or two of those CSA guys dies, CSA goes into breaking, those 3 guys cap and win the game. I don't know if it's really going to change the outcome in the end. But, I mean, it's near impossible to overcome a whole morale stage difference as a defender. So, I mean, honestly, the only way CS... Nice shot. Never mind, it's over. I mean, the only way... That was a great shot. Who shot that cannon? It's one of these 3 guys. Zophai, East Carolina Northern, or the Big Duke 6. One of those 12th VA gunners got that. And Union's going to push up this side again. Not really a surprise. Union flags are there, so they want to get them back. But as we could see, CSA being on that point, making sure Union just doesn't dive bomb and get on it right away. That's why they're there, but unfortunately it might give Union the opportunity to just easily get their flags back, which is CSA you don't necessarily want. 8th Ohio's here to contest, but don't have a whole lot of numbers here.
Oh yeah, they're coming right. Company
Yeah,
coming right.
hold here, hold here, hold here.
Hold the line, hold the line. This fence was planted 3,000 years ago.
So some of those Union guys charge in. I don't know if they're trying to make ground. If anything, they're just trying to...
Brace, don't move. Come back.
They're just
come
trying to
back.
distract to allow their friendlies to get the flags out, which they get 2 of them out. That one should be safe, so Union basically has 3 flags out. CSA already with the team kill.
Fail RP, fail RP, fail RP.
And you got some charging in and out over on that side.
Yankee son of a bitch, what do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing?
There ain't no fucking stone wall here left. My God.
Thank you, fans. Saw that bill you took.
Come on.
This crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah, what
So,
the fuck do you think?
Union kind of holds a line. I mean, also just charging forward, right? Union has a significant ticket lead that they can afford ticket loss. At this point, they just need to get the CSA down, which, even if they're charging in there and not doing a whole lot, you know, they're getting CSA down.
Oh God, he got shot the second I said it. Poor guy. Had a basis to win better age.
How about from this thing?
Okay, you do
What
that,
time?
Bob.
Had a Phoenix.
That's
Slightly to the right.
Oh, wait. You want to get the week. Right here. Doesn't matter. Oh, I guess we are getting deployed.
So, Union spreading up, getting formed up. Those guys that charged up and died, they're getting them back in, and I wouldn't be surprised if Union went in right away. But they've also got enough time to just, if they want, sit and to shoot this out. Generally, if you're an attacker... Okay, generally for a shootout, the shootout is even trade in terms of kills. And the biggest reason why is even though we have the increased accuracy of the weapons, I mean, the bullet spread 60% decrease for most guns. Some are a little more, but with even with that change, right, you still have the skill of the person shooting. There's still a little bit of bullet spread. You have bullets rising, elevation, all that jazz. There's so many factors going into a shot that I think there's too many variables in a shooting equation, which will result in shooting from long distances or even medium distances, right? It's going to be a one-to-one trade in terms of kills. And that generally means that there's going to be a one-to-one trade in terms of tickets as well. And with the attackers having a larger ticket pool than the defenders, if each side is losing the same amount of guys, the same amount of tickets, over the long run, that's going to hurt the defenders way more than the attackers. According to theory, right? Now, obviously, there can be some maps where things are different. Like, at least I know before this update, Pry House was one of those maps where Union defense could outshoot the CSA on tickets. I mean, they have a great defensive spot on that map. I don't know how much anymore, but I haven't really seen that map a whole lot since the update. But Union getting great shots, shooting CSA down, who are kind of in a forward spot. Union starting to charge in, and this should hit CSA into last stand any second.
Do not let them in. Give them a fight for their lives.
All those dead bodies is absurd.
Come here.
CSA still kind of making a hold, though, despite, I mean, I guess not a whole, I mean, maybe half the Union team went in here, but it looks like half or so of the CSA team was here. Union's about to hit breaking. CSA dies, they don't come back. If they were dead, they spawned in right away. So when you hit last stand as defender, you get the whole wave in. And meanwhile, as CSA clean up that side of their defensive line, you got Union holding up on the back side of the woods, most likely their flags. But you also have a Union group heading this way. Iron Brigade and the 5th New Hampshire heading out to this side. Looks like they're just trying to get around and hit the few CSA that are close to the point. I mean, they at least got a nice flanking shot of the few CSA on point, which actually there's a Union guy going ham on the point. Hateful. He dies, but he took probably 2 or 3 with him, which is a positive ticket trade.
Holy shit, it's a chaka!
Another one just standing there. Aim waste. Aim waste.
It is a chalky, you see. Keep it in.
Shut him down, lads. Look at him coming down that damn hill.
Oh yeah, that's why I should be. That's all their cav right behind it.
So, actually, it looks like you got more Union chasing up the top of the hill here.
Delaware. Shoot this guy. Shoot the cocksucker. Shoot that cocksucker.
Oh, you gotta hit that shot, Dressel.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Man, I don't even have ammo. God damn it.
Plus, you also need ammo, buddy. I've done that, too. The few times I actually do play the game, I'll do that once or twice. The joys of a Civil War game.
Shoot him. Shoot him. Let him. Make him earn it.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
That's the thing, I think, one of the big takeaways about a round like this, Union's pushing up that side, is that you don't always have to, like, the only thing that matters in the end in War of Rights is the tickets. That shot ricocheted off a rock and exploded in the air, but the only thing that matters in War of Rights are the tickets. It does not matter if an attacker is gaining ground, as long as he is dealing enough damage to bring the enemy down, preferably bring them down more than you're bringing yourself and his attacker down. You know, you're in a great position. So, last few CSA on point, trying to hold. But this is going to be our first round. A decently quick one at that, but that was really impressive from the Union part. I wish I could have got that first charge, but apologies with that. However, Union might have figured something out. Now, I don't know if this works on a larger pop of like 350 per se, but, you know, maybe this strategy still works on the medium to smaller size servers. Who knows? So, great first round. It'll probably be where Union has to fully cap it, since you got to basically kill everyone but 3 people. Look at that flag bearer hop when he died. But a lot of dudes on artillery left, so fascinating.
Kill those cowards.
I want to die in your spawn. I want to die in your spawn. Leave me alone.
Come here, you son of a bitch.
Kill.
Come here.
Suck my penis.
Keep going, keep going. Go, go, go.
Kill them all. Kill every one of them.
Not one man left standing.
Come on, boys. Run away!
They're just throwing lead. See, the duality of man. The man that charges in there and goes down like a hero, and then the other guy that runs away. So, that's going to be our first round for tonight. Really just a dominating Union win. I'm intrigued to look at the skirmishing out of line. But I really think a huge part of Union being able to do well on this map is the ability for the artillery to take out a lot of these defensive spots for the CSA. I mean, look at that stone wall is basically gone. So, huge props there to the Union side. Maybe this meta's coming back. That'd be... Oh my goodness. I was just looking at one of the characters who's holding their gun in the back here, like the back left, and his finger was not looking great. It looked bent backwards. So, anyways, with that all being said, again, really good round from Union. Look at the amount of skirmishing losses that CSA is taking. It's almost... I mean, it's a little less than information. That's what you expect, but it's a fair amount too. And on a smaller pop server, tickets are worth more per death. And so, you dying and skirmishing that amount is definitely not going to help your team whatsoever. That definitely seems to be part of it. But regardless, good win by Union. Maybe some mistakes from CSA. Regardless, we will see you all for our second round shortly. And here we are with the start of our second round, Dunker Church. So a couple minutes late as I was setting up a new Frontline Reporter perspective, which we have Mo Koso from JD, so appreciate that. He's with the CSA side. Anyways, Union, Dunker Church, they have a 52% ticket advantage, and generally they're very aggressive, either going up center, right, or left, most likely the right, and we have charges already. 12th VA is going into the Corn Brigade here, 30th Ohio in particular, on this far Union right. And looks like you got some more Union reinforcements moving up here. 10th US trying to assist, and they will push 30th Ohio off, flag trying to get off. Meanwhile, you got Union pushed up the center side. 5th VA guys trying to run up and get that Union flag down from Iron Brigade, and a nice little surprise, but unfortunately a little late there. So, Dunker Church, it's a 52% ticket advantage, again, for the Union side. Union will either push up far right side and try to get into the woods, or they'll push up center here to this kind of hill. It's a nice little defilade area for them, and then eventually they might push up into this kind of nipple position, this quarter spot, as they like to call, and then go into the wood line. Or Union will push up this far left side and then push into the wood line. As you can see, the biggest trend with what I'm saying is get into the wood line. Union's job is to get into the woods behind the CSA defensive line and cause chaos. So, with this all being said, Union's gotten into the woods, and it can be a really pain for CSA to hold in the woods. It's just, when you're playing Westwoods, Eastwoods, Miller's Cornfield, chaos happens, and chaos favors the attackers in a huge way. Especially when the attackers have a large ticket advantage, as they do on this map. You can already see, we've seen maybe one charge, a tiny charge here in the center, which we're about to see a little bit more, as Iron Brigade and 5th New Hampshire go up against 10th Tennessee. But you can see CSA tickets are just dropping like crazy. Meanwhile, in the wood line, 10th US pushing pretty aggressive here, hitting CQB, who I don't think sees them because they're focused on the 12th VA line. And already CSA is down half a morale stage. And that's the thing, too. In this event, the officers don't have a Steam chat. They can talk using the in-game text chat system, which I don't have turned on. You can see them talking in there, though. However, when you don't have the officers talking in the Steam chat, and even when you do, right, if the teams are not working together and by each other, especially for a defense, things can get rough for you. The attackers can, especially when the attackers generally stay blobbed up in the wood line, can be difficult. Like, you got some CSA charging in there, and they're not going to win. It almost seems like because of the CSA losing badly last round, maybe they're just throwing their hands up. Who knows? Maybe they're just like, we want to go to bed soon. We've got things to do tomorrow, like go to early church service, maybe, or just maybe early family things, who knows. But, maybe, you never know, right? I'm kidding. But, Union, CSA's trying to charge Union out here. This is a heck of a Union line to form in an instant. And this is a unconventional way to fight on this map. Normally don't see lines formed up like this. A Union line shoots off CSA. You got 3rd California and JD kind of taking some close shots with 8th Ohio, maybe 30th behind as well. And any second now, Union's going to hit engaged. CSA inching forward, maybe trying to get on the flank of the Union side, using the tree line as a really nice cover. Maybe they're shooting a little blind here as well, but you know, they got cover, and CSA staying alive is kind of more important. But a shootout, I mean, shootouts could potentially work now in this day and age with how accurate the rifles are. You might be able to outshoot someone respawning in, someone every 5 seconds. It can be difficult to do, but definitely more possible now. CSA, more reinforcements moving in, trying to flank around the Union right now. 12th VA is trying to hold that line, but they got some close shots with 30th. You got CQB, 8th Ohio trying to go around for a flank, and Union, I think this is a great reaction here from the 10th US. Maybe realizing the situation's kind of overwhelmed, they're trying to reposition. They're also getting the great flank, or I guess they're preserving this longer Union line here against the CSA who are trying to outflank. So, nice little move from 10th US, 12th US, or 12th US, New Regiment, AO. 12th Virginia backs off from the wood line, and JD is trying to charge out this Union line with MB. And it looks like they're going to be able to throw them off. However, they do hit engage themselves.
Get that flag, get the flag.
And Union flag goes down there. That's a start for CSA for how they can win this map. It's a really terrible start for CSA. No doubt about that. But if you want to start working things back in your favor, one of those ways is by getting the Union flags down in the woods. Again, Union wants to get in the woods. They want to cause chaos. The issue, though, is that Union has to at least make it worthwhile in that wood line. They don't want to go in the woods and lose those flags right away, because then they're out of the fight for 5 minutes. However, I mean, So far, it's been worth it for Union. They also pushed up, the guys in the center have pushed up there. But only a couple CSA are really closely engaging Union on this side. It's mostly Corn Brigade.
Bad boys.
Look at that, they're right there.
I just
Yeah.
Do they even
I
know
just
we're
want to
here?
be a menace. I just want to be a menace.
Ooh. Drop that officer, I think.
And Union season.
Break reloads. Escape.
Oh no!
Live to fight another day.
Let them touch
Free
me,
State of
please.
Jones.
I don't want to die.
So that is something we should look at here. In balance is 9 towards the Union side, almost up to 240 here. Artillery-wise, CSA have 2, 1 for the officer. Union has 13. So in terms of an infantry in balance, it's 2 in CSA's favor. So not terrible for CSA, considering they're down by a fair amount of guys originally. But Union about to hit engage. Again, I don't think you can ask for a better start if you're Union. I mean, there's probably a better start, but
Firing line, regular, ceasefire. Come on, oranges, come on, oranges.
you know, this is pretty good.
Independent fire.
Regulars resume independent fire.
Yes.
Targets at the
Independent fire,
southwest
independent
west.
fire. Stop dying.
And looks like Union's going to get that last flag. Interestingly, you got a Union group or two moving off to the far CSA right. JD trying to move in to engage with this. Looks like it's the Banners pushing off to this side.
There's a rep.
Banners being 1st Texas, 1st Maryland. The 5th Florida. They're pushing off. It's driving a good CSA regiment or two over this way, which, again, it'll distract. And it'll maybe allow Union to get a little more pressure. That ripped that one guy who was trying to hold against the whole Union force. Artillery was like, you're not even going to get a chance to shoot your shot off. But there goes Union down to engage. But it's almost a 2/3 of morale stage difference right now.
That officer, man, he fucking got him.
He just walked up. Good with me.
Here they come. Hey, that's down there, not in the open. North, north, north. That's the enemy.
East. All
North.
into the fence.
Got it up right there.
And I mean, it looks like trying to get a little bit of. Looks like it's Sussy. You got 5th NC here now to form Sussy Brigade.
Officers down, officer.
And they're going to get a nice little flank. JD, it's a great little spot. You got some I-Corps guys here as well. Didn't see them on the chord sheet. Union CSA charging on the far side here. Looks like CSA is going to wipe Union, potentially get a flag or two down. It's a start for CSA. More charging over here. Can they get a 3rd one? CSA to taking losses. This guy does not care. Don't kill my man. He doesn't deserve it. Oh. Still alive. And he dies. Rest in peace. See, if I'm this flag bearer, I just run it out of bounds. Out of bounds is... Okay, I thought it was a little closer. Maybe not. West trying to get out at a grip of the 2nd. Gets the shot off. Alongside Remix there. And, you know, it's a good start for CSA. They've gotten 3 of the Union flags down. But, again, they're down almost... They're down more than a morale, or half a morale stage. Not a whole morale stage. I mean, we could see that soon. Who knows? But regardless, I mean, one way CSA could get back into this is by hoping Union early caps the point, which they're on it, on and off it right now. You got 1st Delaware mostly in the center of the map. They're running up, taking shots, falling back, which they're on point when they run up, but they run off. It's like they're not trying to cap. So, and then you got Iron Brigade in the 5th New Hampshire on this side. But, yeah, the only shot that CSA has as of now is for Union to early cap, because if they retake, they can regain up to the percentage of tickets that the Union side is at.
Focus.
Flag, 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 flag. Yeah. Thank you. Keep it up, boys.
So, and the best part too, Union being aggressive as they are, they can afford to, you know, sit back and shoot for a while. That's why, I mean, if I was leading, I'd be very aggressive as an attacker, but it's...
prepare to pull.
I mean, here's the thing, right? In my opinion, War of Rights, for the most part, a little less true now. A lot of it can come down to the charges. I'll finish this in a second. CSA is playing a very aggressive motion. I think they saw they got they got 2 of those Union flags down, so they're maybe trying to push up and defeat the rest of the Union to get more of their flags down, which they've really committed here. However, you might have seen some of the Union groups here have gotten one of the flags. 12th VA's pushed up. Looks like they're going to get both of those flags. But they're kind of in a crossfire now, the CSA is. But a lot of War of Rights, even with the increased accuracy, I think still comes down to the charges and those aggressive moments from the attackers. And so, with that being true, if I were an attacker, I would want to get those charges and those aggressive actions out really early on in the match, even if they don't work. And the reason being, right, is that right now, Union has 30 minutes left, and they just got to get CSA one morale stage down and they can cap point and win, or they can just get them down to last stand and win, right? Regardless, they have a lot of time to adjust their game plan and figure things out if they want. Which I think is cool. Like, even if Union was down by half the morale stage right now, it's like you've got a lot of time to adjust and figure things out. So I like being aggressive generally. 12th VA, I like the flank. Unfortunately, CSA saw it and now charging them out, and Union is at risk of losing these flags again, which now they have a 5-minute despawn timer that's going to start up again. So a little unfortunate there for the Union side, but it will maybe let the Union have a little bit of advantage on the Union left, CSA right. 10th US pushing up. We got the banners as well pushing forward. And they're starting to get a shootout with the CSA side here. Only a couple guys.
Smash him up. Look how few there are.
Charge.
Gap it, gap it. Hit that opening.
So Banner's going to push up alongside 10th US, and they're going to get a nice little wipe. CSA kind of shifting over to assist. They might have been there, though, already. Who knows?
Facing north, facing north.
Peaks and valleys. Peaks and valleys.
On the road, north. Enemy ribs on the road, north. Independent fire, regular.
Kill them.
Lay it on them, boys. They just standing there waiting for us.
Skirms to the left.
Skirm shift left.
Skirms to the left.
Tactors, bring it in.
I used to be a skirm.
So
I took a third.
they take their shots there. Looks like the first Texas guys are pushing up to that corner to get some closer shots. CSA playing awfully aggressive here. They probably don't want Union getting those flags back, and they can also push up a little bit because they know if they probably kill a guy, they'll have to spawn back at main for Union, which is all the way back here. It's a little ways away from everything, but...
Join line, join line, join line, join line, join line.
This is the rocks, Hampshire.
So, Union a little more pressure. CSA might be making a move over here. But again, right, if Corn Brigade charges us out, I want the CSA kind of over here to collapse in. Might not be a whole lot, right? But I want larger groups, and CSA's kind of doing that. JD and CB over here. Well, very spread out, though, counterattack here from the CSA.
Oh, you're too short. Oh, you're too fucking short. Come at me.
There it comes a little more organized. Union hits taking losses, but they're still up almost 2/3 on morale stage.
Hello, Yankee. Oh, hello, Yankee. Goodbye, Yankee. You dead?
Come on over. Come on over.
What's your name? What's your name? Have you met my daughter?
And that's going to be a white for the CSA. And flag's going to get out for Union. Maybe. Not there. But you got it somewhat back. Looks like, I assume that's 12th VA off in the distance, making a push forward. But, again, right? Union's not, like, necessarily... I mean, they're winning... Oh, my goodness, that fence. Union is winning ground, but they're dealing a ticket loss. They're not gaining and holding the ground, but they're winning this match by a lot. And that's something that I think is just important in general. Because if you're a new player, right, you might not necessarily know how the morale system works. I mean, you get a general idea, but it's not like you know all of it. That was a great shot by Harkin on that officer. He went flying. But you might not realize that your team's doing well even if you're not winning a bunch of these charges. So, with this all being said, CSA is still playing really aggressive. I think they're, I can appreciate them trying to do something. They're trying to get the Union down on tickets and maybe try to find a way to get a ticket advantage. It's just going to be really difficult to do when you're down 55% tickets. Like,
shoot them up. They got no cover.
For every 2 CSA guys that dies, CSA has to kill, I think, like 3 to keep pace. And that's ridiculously difficult to do.
7.
Over the long run, anyways. Maybe not an individual moment, but over the long one, it can be difficult. 12th VA gets one of those down flags back. Other one's still down over there. Looks like it made some way back, but it's still down. Meanwhile, Union main spawns look to be pushing back up here. Definitely going to run up and try to get that flag, but despite all the chaos, I mean, don't think you could have asked for a better game from the Union side.
Open order, keep your spacing, keep your spacing.
Spread it out, gentlemen. 3-man gap.
Left, moving left.
Military crest on one.
Military cresting. Targets at the south, southwest, and west. Military cresting.
Only go up as far as you need to.
Crusty nuts.
Bring it back a little, champ.
Cheese crust.
And Flex still down. Union's pushing up. I mean, that, again, like Union's got a little over 23 minutes. They can. Oh, I thought Bob was gonna get the flag, but they can do whatever they want. They can almost do whatever they want. So. CSA finally hits breaking, so Union Caps will win the game.
Nice shot.
But again, I wouldn't be surprised if they just shot this out for the rest of the time. I mean, look how spread out CSA is, just as a general note. It's obviously been really helpful for the Union. I mean, that's the thing too. Is what are we at? 240. That's not even that small of a server, but I guess when you get a map that's a little wider like this, it just doesn't feel like CSA is holding a whole defensive line. It also feels like Union outnumbers CSA by a fair amount, but it might just be Union's a lot more clumped up. I mean, it's dead even on numbers. So, I mean, there's an artillery imbalance that favors the CSA in terms of the infantry imbalance. There's a lot more guys on Union already. So, I mean, it just feels like Union has a lot more guys. But, again, they're a lot more blobbed up. So...
Queen. Nicely done. We're gonna win. Check, we're loaded, boys. Check.
And so, I mean, you can see CSA on this side, knowing kind of the situation they're in. They're really pulling it off, whether it be holding into the wood line, holding really far back in a shootout, or just, you know, in the church. Which, rip that door.
Damn you, Yankees. This is our Alamo.
I can't wait for an Artie to come through that door and kill all of us.
This is the Alamo. We will die here.
Excuse me, I got a little peek I can use for this door.
Why is there a key in the keyhole?
No.
It's just a random thing to have there. Is there one? There's one here too.
It's
It's like before this battle, the owners of the church kindly had the key in the door so each side could use it as they wanted. So CSA's starting to drop in braking. There's a visual, I would say, glitch with the game where the bars are longer than what we see, so when teams hit a new stage, they don't drop right away. And 8th Ohio with a nice shot. Also nice uniforms there. It's like almost, it's like a light gray. Looks nice. And he's gonna pop some shots at them. I will say, noticing, I'm spectating a lot of matches, and as of late, I've been looking at the uniforms a little more, and some of the uniforms are pretty neat.
Where's Natty? Wait, don't kill me, don't kill me. Where's Natty? Where's Natty? Where's Natty?
No, you're dead.
Well, rip Walt.
Dig in, they're responding.
And CSA shifting over here. Those two Union flags are down. They'll either despawn within 5 minutes, or someone will pick it up, like the one over here got picked up. However, this one's most likely going to despawn at the 5-minute mark. CSA is throwing a lot of their attention here at 12th VA, which if 12th VA can let their team know, Union might be able to make a break for the point here and try it if they want. Regardless, it would bring both sides down.
Oh my god. Rest in peace, Viceroy.
Hey, watch out! They're shooting directly from the.
And they're pushing out a little. Nice shot. It looks like Dirty Dan there. CSA, I mean, at least the way CSA has kind of played at least the past like 10 minutes is that they've kept I mean, maybe they've slightly caught back up to the Union in terms of tickets. Not a whole lot though, not enough to really change the course of this match. And 12th VA backs off after getting a lot of firepower. It's like CSA's not going to win, but that 12th VA group, they can't gain ground over here. Not after they did at the beginning of the round. So, they also got some Union pushing up with why is there like 6 guys here with the flags? 7, 8 guys. What, Iron Brigade's pushing up? And they'll kind of get into a shootout here. I mean, CSA is, what, a third of the way through this morale stage at about 5, 6, 7 minutes. So, not terrible in terms of time. I mean, I don't know if, unless Union like sat in their main spawn and did nothing, I don't think anything can stop CSA from dropping into that last stand. Oh, an arty shot hits Union in the back. How'd that? It's a really nice CSA arty shot, but I thought they didn't have anyone on it, so Union arty, what are you guys doing?
Get hit by Artie. It might be wise.
Fire southwest.
Get to the
Gotta dangle them, twang. Dangle them to the west.
I'm dangling as hard as I can.
Oh, it starts that way.
Gotta dangle. Right, I wrote your name, by the way. It's a fun name.
Thank you.
Damn right. Jazz knows what it's about.
Unfix, unfix.
Your bayonets. Ah.
What's up, homie?
You gotta Garrier them, I guess. Your name doesn't work well. Yours isn't as fun as twang dangler.
I was solving another problem.
But looks like that flag there despawned, or Union picked it up. Union sending a little more reinforcements off to their right side. Banners kind of in the center here, taking shots off to the side. First Delaware behind. And Union's going to hit breaking any second. You actually have some Unions starting to push up here. Maybe the 5th New Hampshire looks like... I mean, you do have CSA on point here, so maybe they're just trying to bait some shots. I don't know. Or just get closer.
What the hell is
What
going on up here?
I heard Doug. And actually, you've got some Union charging out of the CSA who have pushed up a little far here. Flores here and the 8th Ohio are single-handedly... They're losing this charge. It's so sad. And they are going to continue pushing through with the success on the CSA line. And I mean, might as well. Again, Union can afford to take a loss here. As long as they're getting CSA down to that marker of last stand, that is all that matters. And they actually hit CSA right as they're all reloading too.
We can wipe them. We can wipe them. We can wipe them. We can wipe them.
Kill them. Just a couple of them. Shoot them out.
Look at that gun, perfectly balanced on the straight fence. And even though the officer is going through it, it holds firm. And actually, a nice little flank there from some of the CSA guys, CQB. That's going to force this Union little push-up back.
Where's Natty? Where's Natty? Where's Natty? Where's Natty? Where's Natty?
And 12th VA actually showed up as well, getting into the action.
Where's Natty? Where's Natty?
Hey, we lived.
Where's Natty?
Reload, reload.
Oh my God, you lost.
Hi, Natty. It's good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
my way. No.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Everyone stop firing! Stop firing!
Wait, Natty. Oh.
Seasoning!
What the fuck are we doing?
What?
Seasoning!
Shoot
What?
Oh, a moment of truth gone because a man. Ah, rip.
Get your ass over here.
So much for those peace negotiations. So, two very similar rounds, I would say. Maybe not as maybe not a whole lot of aggression this round compared to last round, at least. However, still a fair amount of stuff. And I just zoomed up to miss an arty shot. Very typical with my channel here, avoiding the artillery success. But you got a Squire Toaster.
I'm looking for your
over
officer.
here.
I have no intention of killing you. Where'd the fuse go?
What the fuck?
It's a good shot. Kalin Klar, I think that's how the name was pronounced. I don't know. Anyways, PA looks like 5th. New Hampshire engaging. Getting into a little melee. Again, Union just slowly getting CSA down.
Oh, you can't get me.
I see some people in the chat for CSA talking about holding in the church as their Alamo, which you got a fair amount in right now. Got some music here. And they are just vibing. Sword on ground. Artillery hitting the church. Getting a couple of guys in the church. You might see the result of that. Oh my goodness. Man, that must suck. And you can see CSA also holding behind again, just kind of trying to draw this out as long as possible. Hold it off for as long as they can. Told there's 77 CSA left in the chat, which who knows if that's valid or not. This man wants in the church. Mr. Man. And CSA reviving.
Do you play Arma Banana? Are you playing the
Agrippa
Arma?
hopping up and down on his seat in joy for some reason.
I don't know the keys. There's too many keys.
More CSA congealing on the church. And here comes the Union. En masse. You got the CQB holding out here, not trying to go to the church. And they're engaging with the shootout there. Meanwhile, you got the rest of the Union pushing up center here, going straight in for the kill. And this is our round of dunkers. Arty shots going crazy. Point still being held from by CSA. You got more Union off on the center side over here, charging in. Union look, they've at least CQB's backed off a little bit here, and the Union will now push up.
This will be our victory.
And CQB pushes out. They probably just got their shots backed off and now pushed up again, which they're not shooting at a whole lot now. Those Union guys just ran right past them, though, which is kind of funny. Union's actually almost down the final push.
Nice try, buddy. Nice try. Let's go. Fuck you.
Is there a flag in the building?
Y'all dang old, dang old.
Happy Easter, motherfucker.
For being your ass.
Come inside, I dare you, fuckboy.
You're dead. You're dead.
Oh no. Wow. Anyways, Union majority on point. They have they have some peace. Never mind.
Right here by pencil.
So yeah, really good 2 rounds from Union. CSA, all things considered, you know, they for the start they were kind of in. They played the round back pretty decently. So props to them on that. However, in the end, Union had that ticket lead and they kind of kept it through the rest of the round, which CSA needed to find a way to turn that around, but they were not able to. So good 2 wins from the Union side. Hello, artillery. See, I wonder how they do the delayed arty shots on point. Is they just set a really long fuse time? I wonder. But, oh well. I mean, CSA was just kind of getting picked apart by Union. Union kind of did a spread out attack. I mean, CSA was spread out, but Union was kind of able to get around the CSA. That's what you kind of get when you at least have smaller stuff or a smaller server size. 200, 250, I say, is a perfect amount for skirmish. But with that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel more. Go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord and other things for our other social media links in the description as well. Regardless, I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a wonderful Easter, and we will see you all in the next one. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night.